Sir, you have to unmute, sir. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So, good afternoon, one and all. So, the today's session is to have the quality teaching and learning. And when we are saying the quality of teaching and learning, so we all know that the modern era, the AI tools, the search engine, Google's, right? So these are the factors which played a significant role, in terms of the development of the teaching and learning. And it is the most important part of the today's era that we must utilize this particular tools and techniques as a part of our teaching learning process. It is irrespective of the matters whether we are belonging to the community of the faculty or the students, but we must ensure that whatsoever things that we are a part of the academics, we have to bring the quality in terms of the education, right? And we have to ensure this particular aspect. And when we are saying the quality factors in the education system, so that's where the ICT tools and resources is going to play a significant role, right? So let's see what is the goal of higher education. So firstly, we have to understand that there are certain primary goals which are considered to be the important goals for the education system, which is called the primary goals for the education system. So when we are saying the primary goals for the education, so it basically comprise first aspect is the employability. When we are saying the employability, we must ensure that we have to develop and design our students so that they are industry ready, right? When we are saying industry ready means they should be the part of the employment, they should have the proper employment generation. So whatsoever degree that they are holding as a part of their teaching learning process, we must ensure that they should possess this much amount of quality so that they will be able to earn the good placements from the campus, or even if they are opting from their own side, we must ensure that they should possess all the necessary skills and talents which is required as a part of their employment process, right? So this is the employability that we have to ensure. Then after earning potential, so only employability will not serve the purpose, we also have to ensure that they should have the proper earning capacity. In terms of when we are saying that, let's suppose if students has been placed, but we have to develop in a certain way, with the acceptance of all the necessary skills quality as a part of the acceptance of the ICT tools means even after getting the employment, we have to develop our students, we have to guide our students, and we have to train our students in such a way that they should learn and adopt the ICT tools, technological parameters as a part of their gaining process, so that even after going to the employment, they should continuously sharpen their skills. And that's where they can be able to protect their employability as and when they are in the process of the next job or for the promotion aspect, right? So this is the advanced knowledge. We have to ensure that students should have the advanced knowledge in terms of the area in which they belongs to, right? Let's suppose if I'm the management faculty or if I'm a management student, so I have to ensure that I should have all the skills and talents related to the management part. Or even after you are a technological background, so we must have to ensure that you should possess all the skills and qualities related to the technological parameter. So whatsoever field in which you are, right, we have to ensure that our students should possess all the necessary advanced knowledge and skills as a part of that talent. Then after wisdom, right? So wisdom means we have to develop in a such a way that wherever they will go, we must ensure that they should be self-dependent and they should willing to work, and they should willing to adopt the necessary changes that has been taken place into the market. So that's where the wisdom will create. They should be happy to adopt the changes and all such changes which is usually taking place in terms of the technology and ICT parameter, right? So they should have the wisdom to accept it. And research and experiments. So research and experiment is the heart of the today's session and today's generation. So research and experiment is one of the important and key parameters, right? We all know that we are a faculty, we have to ensure that research and experiment have a significant role even for our own promotion. And many of the universities and institutes have already started many courses based on the research experiment analytical tools, right? So that's where the students can enhance their skills and knowledge in terms of adopting research oriented based and research oriented approach in the respective field in which they are, right? So research and experiments is another aspect. Now, once after fulfilling the primary goal, we have to see the secondary goals for the education. So secondary goal is spiritual growth, right? So spiritual growth means apart from teaching them the technological and domain specific knowledge, we also have to ensure that students should have the positive approach for all the necessary changes and all the necessary important things that they have to adopt as a part of the market. So they should have the spiritual growth, means the positive attitude towards the particular aspect. Then after, we have to see the mental growth. So mental growth means we have to design our curriculum, we have to design our syllabus, and we have to train our students in such a way that they should have their mental growth and mental peace. That's where the all such when we are saying that the ICT tools and technological part. But I think people are usually regret, or people try to avoid such things as a part of the acceptance, right? So it is very, very important that we should develop our students, we should train our students in such a way, right? So their mental growth, mental peace, and spiritual power should get enhanced, and so that the acceptance power of this particular aspect should get enriched among the students, right? So that's where the mental growth is going to play a significant role. Then after engaging into the questions, the curiosity that we have to create in our student, right? We must ensure that we should create appropriate attitude among the students, that students should always have the curiosity to learn new aspect. Students should have the curiosity to adopt the technological changes. Students should have the curiosity to adopt the changes that has been taken place as a part of the curriculum, right? So everywhere the curiosity, the changes, overall scenario of the market, that student have to adopt it, and accordingly we have to train our students. So before the students will adopt, we must ensure that we as a faculty should adopt such changes. Then only the students will be able to adopt such changes. Otherwise, it will be very difficult part for engaging themselves into the this kind of attitude. And that's why the curiosity is very, very important, where students will have the attitude to explore new things, involve themselves into the new things, and that's where they will be able to earn and able to learn something new out of the way, right? So this is the engaging themselves into the questions. Then after, facilitating better lifestyle. So after doing this, and after adopting all such practices, students can be in a better in terms of facilitating themselves to the better lifestyles as far as their careers is concerned, right? So students should always work for making their life in a better way. And when we are saying that students should work on the facilitating themselves in a better way, not only students but for the employers also, even for the faculties also, right? So if we have to develop certain kinds of things and attitudes among them, so we must ensure that this primary goal should be achieved in terms of the employability, by developing proper skills and talents with a subject specific, domain specific knowledge, and at the same time the adoption of the ICT tools, increasing earning potential, right? And advanced knowledge, wisdom, and research based experiment. So when we have all such facilities, when we have all such characteristics among the students and faculty, so that's where directly or indirectly the role of ICT tool is going to be taken place into the market. Because today's market, without the roles of ICT tools and technology, the world is irreplaceable. The world is non-imaginable, right? So we must ensure that the students should have the better lifestyle, and ultimately we have to develop the scientific outlooks among the students. So whenever they see the things, whenever they learn something new things, we must ensure that they should have the specific scientific outlooks towards the specific approach and towards the specific things that we are looking for the students. That is where the new dimension of higher education, we have to see this. So we as a technological and we as a university and institute, we must ensure that the branding, openness, and academic quality, these are the three important parameters that we are looking for in today's higher education system. When we are talking about quality of the education and technological parameter, so we must ensure that the branding, openness, and academic quality. So branding means we are making lots of effort, we are making very strong efforts in terms of promoting our universities, institute. We are making Okay, we are making so much strong promotions for promoting our universities and brand, right? So that's where, so this kind of promotion will only taken place when we have the past records, when we have something past based to share with the market or to the society. So that's where to create a branding, even ICT tool is going to be helpful, and not even to create a past base, but even if you want to make promotion of your brands and something, so ICT tool is a medium or tool through which you can make a branding of your own products, right? The second aspect is the openness, right? So you should have the approach towards the openness. You should be very open to adopt certain changes that has taken place. You should not hesitate to adopt such changes, and your approach towards the market is should be very positive. And lastly, the academic quality. Obviously, whatever curriculum syllabus that we are designing, we should adopt the crux of the utilization of ICT and AI tools. Very, very important for all the today's scenario, that we should have all the three aspects together whenever we are talking about the dimensions for the higher education, right? So if we have the mixture of all such aspects, we would be able to grasp the market, we would be able to attract the market, we would be able to convince the parents and students what would be the important for them in the coming scenario with the use of ICT tools and techniques, right? So the involvement of ICT tools and techniques is very, very important, and it should be the part of the curriculum that we must have to ensure. Then after, education brand is often equated to an institute academic reputation. So obviously, it is directly or indirectly linked with our reputation. So we must have to ensure that we should design the curriculum as per the requirement of the market and the society. The outdated syllabus, the outdated curriculum will not work in today's scenario. And that's where the two major role is going to play, as I told you, openness. So when I'm talking about openness, so I hope you all are aware about it. Many of you have already used it, but I'll just share with you, right? So the offline classroom and the within the classroom teaching learning process is now outdated. So people have changed their perception, people have changed their attitude, and now people have transformed themselves from not only to have the offline teaching learning process, or you can say that teaching learning process should be restricted up to the classroom, but now they have been more open, they have changed their approach, they have changed their attitude, and from that now, from the offline classroom, they have started their open educational resources, massive open online courses, MOOC courses. So when I'm saying the MOOC courses, so many of the institute, many of the agencies are offering such kind of MOOC courses, like when we have the Swayam portal, NPTL, Coursera, right? So these are the various agencies, various portals who are offering such kind of MOOC courses for the students and for the development of the faculty. So we must have to ensure that we should utilize such parameters, we should utilize such parameters for the students and faculty development. And that's where we can bring some changes into the society, we can able to bring some changes into the market. Okay, so three dimensions in ICT. So, when I'm talking about the ICT tools and techniques as a part of academia and curriculum, so the first important parameter is the creativity. How the students and faculties are creative in terms of, adopting the changes in terms of the curriculum and, the syllabus designing and all such aspect. So creativity is one of the important parameter when we are talking about, quality of the education. So quality of the education only comes whenever we are ready to adopt the changes that has been taken place into the market, right? So yes, the creativity is the first aspect that we have to see as a part of the dimension of ICT tools. Then after, once we brings the creativity, we adopt such changes which is required as per the market. We must invite the competitiveness from the market. So uh, when we talks about the competitiveness, so creativity brings the competition. So we make ourselves in a such a market ready product. So whenever we are designing our syllabus, when we are offering such syllabus and courses, we must have to ensure that our syllabus is up to the mark, up to the society, and up to the market. It should not be outdated, and it is as per the requirement of the new society and the market. And that's where we have to design the syllabus. So that's where the competitiveness is also going to play a significant role. Then after, we have the collaboration. So we must have to ensure that we have to have the collaborations with various universities and institute as a part of syllabus designing, adopting the changes that has taken place into the market, how we can bring the efficiency into the syllabus. We are developing board of studies, governing bodies in many universities and institute for designing the syllabus part, and bringing upliftment into the curriculum design and process. So that's where we can have the collaborations among the various institute. We can take the help of the experts from the industries also, so they will better able to understand the requirement of the industry in the today's scenario. And when we approach such kind of people as a part of the curriculum design, so many of the time I have observed that nowadays today's industries are focusing on the importance of the ICT tools, and the curriculum should be based on the utilization of the ICT tools and techniques, and that's where the society upliftment can be possible. So yes, so collaboration is another aspect. And if we approach all such three part, we will be able to have the harmony in the society. So when we talks about harmony in the society, so harmony in the society will only comes with the collaborative efforts, overall approach towards the adoption of ICT tools and techniques. And when we talks about the harmony in the society means, we are talking about the employment generation, we are talking about the employment, we are talking about the fulfillment, we are talking about the upliftment, we are talking about the overall development among the faculties and students. And that will only comes out whenever we have all such parameters with the effective utilization of ICT tools and techniques into the higher education system. So that is the most important part, that we should adopt such things and implement on our curriculum. So types of ICT tools, many of you have used one of the YouTube. So very common tools that we have used for the YouTube. So YouTube, you have all the contents are available in terms of the audio visual effect. It has been designed and constructed by many other researcher, authors, academicians, various industry experts, right? So where you have the broad overview about the various concept and techniques for the various aspect. Then after Wikipedia, so Wikipedia is another medium, another tools, where you don't have the audio visual effect, but yes, the content is ready for all the concept. So whenever you search on anything on Google, so you will have the detailed bifurcation of all the concept along with the history of that concept is available. Google Groups. So many of the tools you have utilized, even in the pandemic's time, where academics was the worst days that we have faced. But very soon we have coped up, and to cope up this particular aspect, where the ICT tool has played a significant role, right? Before, because I am an academician, I have noticed that before, COVID-19, nobody was speaking about ICT tools, and it was, and the utilization of ICT tools was very restricted up to certain industry and certain courses in terms of the computer science and all such. But apart from that, other courses, there was not much utilization of the ICT tools. But after COVID-19, people have realized the importance of the ICT tools, right? So ICT tool has played a significant role in the transformation of the education system, not only in India but across the world. So that's where the ICT tool has played a significant and mesmerizing role. And to do that, you have utilized various tools to approach and to be in a contact of your students, like Google Groups, Gmail, Calendar, Google Contacts. So these are the various important aspects that we have utilized during the COVID-19. Okay. Then after Google Docs, so Google Docs is equivalent to the Microsoft Word. So if you don't have the Microsoft Word and if you still want to make a documentation, you don't have any licensed version of MS Office, so no need to worry about it. You just go to the Google Docs and you have all such contents available. So Google Docs is one other important parameter, another important aspect, where you can have the documentations of all the content, even if you're looking for, so Google Docs has another important parameter and important facility. So even if you want to develop, or even if you want to, if you don't want to type anything on Google Docs, right? So Google Docs has one of the facility that you can speak out the content that you want to develop. So Google Docs will automatically create those contents. You just speak it out and Google Docs will type on behalf of you, right? So this kind of transformations is already available into the market. But the problem is Until and unless if we don't adopt, if we don't allow us to adopt, you will not be able to utilize those tools in an effective manner, right? So that's where the ICT tool plays a significant role. So the purpose of saying is, so such kind of knowledge, such kind of approach towards the ICT tool is not only ease your efforts, but it also enhance your skills, sharpen your skills, your ability, and you will be able to deliver better products to the market. And that's where the Google Docs plays a significant role, right? So this is types of ICT tools. Then after you have the blogs, people are writing blogs. Many experts, are writing blogs on the topic or area in which they have the expertise, right? So people are writing blogs. So blogs is, when you have something important to share, whenever you have something important opinion towards particular aspect or particular things, right? So you have the important parameter is the blogs, right? So you can write your blogs and people will read your blogs, right? So even you can have the you can have the accessibility of the other people's blogs. So various blog websites are available, so that's where you can have your own blogs, and you can create your blogs, you can read others blogs also, and you can enhance your skills, you can enhance your knowledge, you can enhance your approach towards it. So this is how it is possible. Google Maps we have utilized, right? So it is for finding the ways, through the Googles, wherever you want to go. So you just, adopt the Google Maps, and you can find out the ways where you want to go. Slide share is another option. So so presentation, so just like Microsoft Word and Google Docs, if you don't have any other aspect, so you can have the slide share option, so where you can utilize the slide share options. So you can create a slides for the parameters or the things that you are utilizing, and that's where you can have the access of the things, right? And slide share is basically helping us to find out the contents which is important for our academics. So ready-made presentations are available on the SlideShare. So yes, SlideShare is another option that you can utilize. Important sources of information as a part of ICT tools for enriching and enhancing our knowledge is Wikispaces. So Wikispaces, then you have Skype, right? So Skype is basically meant for, connecting with the people through online, if you want to conduct any classes, or if you want to conduct any, meetings. So Skype was earlier one of the options, that people were using. Then after we have Dropbox, Facebooks, so social media where we can connect with each other. Everybody is utilizing, and it is very common tools in the nowadays, right? So everybody is aware about the use of social media, the importance of the social media, benefits of the social media that we are receiving, right? So very, very important part for all of us. Twitter, right? So many of times we are using Twitters, to have and to look at the opinions of the other people, to have the comments of other experts on the particular parameter or particular aspect. So Twitter is another medium where you can have the access of the opinion of the people on the particular topic, particular sentence or particular aspect. Digo is another medium, where you have all the informations available related to the topic that you are looking for. SlideShare, we have already done it. Mozilla Firefox is a search engine as a part of ICT tools that we are using. And Google Chrome is another search engine. So Google Chrome is the heart of the every PCs and laptops. So we must have the adaptability of the Google Chrome. And through the Google Chrome, you can have the access of various sites, various platforms, and through which you can enhance your knowledge and increase your capability. So role of ICT tool, right? So it's a ray of hope in this pandemic. So if I'll talk about the situation of pandemic, so we had a very tough time, and if I'll recall, so it was a challenging how to connect with the students and how to meet the requirements of the students. And during that particular time, during this particular period, so the ICT tool has played a significant role, and that is why it is called a ray of hope in this pandemic. So it is an integral part of the today's teaching learning process. Why? Because so when pandemic was there, it was this challenge for the academician and the people how to connect with each other through the offline. So it was very difficult, due to the government guidelines. So at that time, the use of ICT tool has played a significant role, because I still remember before COVID-19, nobody was aware about, and nobody was concerned, and nobody has listened, and nobody has noticed about the various tools of ICT tools, right? So nobody has think that the classroom, right? So if I'll talk about the lectures of any specific subject is possible through the online. I, obviously, when we have on the recording studio and we have recorded certain videos and it has been posted on YouTube, that is a different aspect, right? In India, but before that, not even a layman faculty and teacher has ever thought about that. So they can be able to catch their video, they can be able to reach out their videos with single clicks on the Googles with the various use of ICT tools and techniques. So this is what the transformation that has been bring out by the rule use of ICT tools and techniques, and that's have the change of education system has been taken place with the use of ICT tools. Now why I'm saying that this change has been taken place, because now there is no boundaries for taking the knowledge. There is no specific boundaries for taking your knowledge, right? So you can reach out at any time, any point of time, for any sort of things that you are looking for, right? Just as I told you, the right approach and positive attitude, right? So it was in my first slide that the people should have the positive approach and positive attitude, so that people will definitely reach out to this particular aspect. So yes, ICT tool has played a significant role in this particular aspect, and countries across the globe are using ICT tools for teaching learning process. Now it is not restricted like that. The third generation countries like USA, UK is only the countries who are using the ICT tools, but now everywhere and every part of the world are the part of the use of ICT tools, because as far as the education system is concerned, so it is the integral part of the education system. And that's where why it is integral part, because it's not only provide education, but it facilitate the education, right? That's where the changes is happening, right? So it is called dissemination and communication across all the areas of teaching learning process. So that's where the ICT tool has played a significant role. Then benefits of effective utilization of ICT tools. So when we understand this importance, and after understanding such importance, when we are thinking about the adoption of such kind of ICT tools and techniques in our day-to-day life, right? So there are various benefits which has been associated with the use of ICT tools. So let's understand the benefit which has been associated with this such kind of ICT tools are: first is it motivates students. Why it motivates the students? Because so now the knowledge has no boundaries, right? Students can take the knowledge, students can have the understanding of the particular concept on the topic at every part of the world. There is no boundaries for learning, right? So why? Because when you are sitting at any place and point of time, you can have the access of the content, you can have the access of the lectures, and you can have the adoption of that particular knowledge, and you can start implementing those knowledge into your day to day life. Let's suppose, let's take an example right now, right? We are sitting in different cities and states across the India, but still with the use of this Google Meet, which is a part of the ICT tools, we are in a position to connect with each other and have the sharing of knowledge, sharing of opinion with each other, right? So this is why it increase the knowledge with less efforts, with very less expenses, and at the same time ease of use, right? So these are the important parameters through which it motivates students to have the more and more adaptability. Then it makes a session more attractive and interesting. So what is important is, when we are sitting in offline classes, people have different activities and disturbance during the classes. But when we are sitting on such kind of ICT tools, so those who are really willing to learn, those who are really willing to learn something out of it, so sky has a boundaries, right? So you can have the piece of listening, understanding, clear visibility on the screen, no disturbance in between, and you can have the numerous access for the content that we are looking for, right? So this is how it makes our session more attractive, and student friendly, right? So this is the important part. Re-energize teachers motivation. So so teachers don't have to make a lot of efforts, but rather teacher have an option that they can focus on the core aspect of teaching and learning, right? They can particularly focused on the teaching learning process, and that's where the students will have the better access of the material, and teachers role will be to only teach appropriately with the proper designing of the content, and students can have the access of the content. So teachers administrative role is going to be drastically reduced over here, and that's where teachers can save their energies. And that's why it is said that the ICT tools can make re-energize teachers motivation. Then after, learn new skills and techniques. Yes. So previously the classroom was the boundary limitations for the teachers and students to teach and learn. But now everything is available online with the use of ICT tools, where you can have the access of such kind of teaching learning tools, and you can adopt such teaching learning tools, and you can implement those teaching learning tools into your day-to-day life, and that's how you can enhance your skills and learning, and you can be ready for the betterment for the future, and you can be able to guide your students in a better way. Then it helps students to understand the concept clearly. Why? Because the screen is with you. Even if you are don't understanding anything at any point of time, you can have the access on the Google, screen is with in front of you. You can have the access of any time, and you can identify, you can verify the content which has been shared during the lectures, right? So what is happening, that with this kind of utilization of ICT tools and techniques, this is a challenge for the faculties also, right? The challenge that whatever content that you are designing for the students, it should be appropriate and verified. You should not put anything at any point of time, because nowadays with the use of ICT tools, students are very smart. They have the access of internet, and they can easily verify, you know the actually actuality, or you can say the data based visit, whether it is correct or not, right? So verification can be possible. The integration of ICT in teaching in general and teachers education in particular is the need of the day. So the use of ICTs can make substantial changes both for teachers and training, mainly in two ways. Firstly, the representation of information, right? As I told you, the presentation is in front of you, so you can have the access of such presentation, and you can have the better teaching and learning during this particular time. So yes, so teaching and learning can be possible. And secondly, vast distribution and easy access to information can make such changes in relationship between teachers and students, right? So this is how you can enhance your skills and talent. Why we need ICT in higher education? So nowadays, now the things has been gone, right? Physical classroom is no more, or it is not the only option for the teaching learning, but ICT tool has made such changes, and now teacher has no boundaries to teach, right? So they can teach any concept, any things to any students at any point of time. So there is no boundaries of that. So yes, so classroom has changed their restriction from offline teaching to online teaching, and mainly with the use of ICT tools and technology. So this is the drastic change that has been taken place, because offline classes has various limitations, that time consuming, students have to come, transportations, you know transportation connectivity. So these are the various limitations that has been overcome with the use of the ICT tools and techniques. Right. So ICT tool has been considered to be a blessing in disguise. Why? Because it designed a mixed model. So those who wants to come offline classes even after the COVID pandemic, so they can come and have the access, and have the knowledge. And those who wants to learn online, so they can have the access of the content for the online. So yes, the tech friendly and modernized classroom designing, smart classroom designing is possible with the use of ICT tools, even in the offline classes. Now the universities and institute has started building the smart classrooms, where students have the accessibility of various ICT tools and techniques, as a part of rich content and visibility. It is evolved as a platform for new learning, which is called as seeds of creativity, right? So when we are talking about seeds of creativity, it only comes when students have innovative idea and something innovative to share, right? So this is called the seeds of creativity, which is comes from the utilization of the ICT tools, effective utilization of ICT tools. ICT tools gives access to students to do any courses at any point of time. So when I'm saying this, it is very respect and very gentleness, that Swayam, MOOC courses, NPTEL courses, right? Sky is a limit. Whatsoever courses that you are looking for in any stream, any science, you can have the access of the course, you can have the enrollment in the course, and you can opt the knowledge for this particular course, right? So this is what it has changed the boundaries, it has changed the perception, it has changed the boundaries of knowledge and learning. So this is important part. And most importantly, why we are doing this, it is a cost friendly approach that we are doing it for the market, where we don't have to spend much of the money. You just have your internet connectivity, or you have the small amount of payment for the course fee, and the things is ready with your hand. So yes, it has changed the boundary. And from teachers perspective also, teachers can learn multiple skills, talents, tools, techniques, which whatsoever is important for the teaching learning process as a part of the classroom teaching. So yes, it has changed the perspective from the teacher's point of view also. So teacher's perspective, ICT tool is also comes out in a blessing in disguise, and it fills the broad gap between those who have the access to a variety of the content in different languages, and then those who don't have it, right? So it is a bridge gap. Matlab, right nowadays, now it is not a gap that I don't have the access, I don't know about this particular area, but you just go to the online, find out the things, and you have the better access of all the content and things that you're looking for. Yes, so boundaries has been broken down, just a matter of the approach and the willingness to learn. So this is the important aspect in today's scenario, and that's how unlimited number of students you can teach it out. So classroom teaching has the limitations that you can teach 30 students, 40 students, 50 students, 60 students. But yes, this online classroom has no boundaries. You can teach 200 students also, you can teach 300 students also, right? So sky is a limit, and we reach content, no transportation barriers, no disturbance in between. So many areas that we have overcome with the use of the ICT tools, and that's why it is considered to be a blessing in disguise. Then we have to see the modern tools for ICT in teaching learning process. So one of these Swayam courses. So as I told you, for the MOOC courses, we have the access of the Swayam courses, right? So Swayam is approved by Government of India, where you have the free and paid courses for the certification. Also, you can have the access. You can have the creation of your Google ID with the Gmail. So you can have the access and enroll for the various courses in the area which you are looking for. Coursera is another the MOOC course platform which is internationally proven. So whenever you are looking for the MOOC courses for the online, so internationally, where you have the Yale University, Harvard University, Cambridge University professors have given their lectures and content for the delivery. So yes, you can go for the Coursera also. Harvard, Harvard University also have their online portal where you have the free online courses for your enhancement and enrichment of your knowledge. Byju's, we all know that it was providing material online and was conducting classes online for the school students, right? So Byju was one of them. I am Bangalore has also one of the portal for which they were providing MOOC and free online courses where you can have the enrollment of it. It was approved by the Swayam MOOC portals, right? So they are uploading their courses through Swayam also, and very few courses they are uploading on the independent portal also. So you can have the access on this. Google, yes, Google have also this kind of facility, so you can have the access of Google, and you can enroll for such kind of courses through the Google also. IIT Madras is also offering such kind of courses, so definitely you can look forward for the IIT Madras also for the enrollment of such kind of courses. So online classroom teaching tools, Zoom is the one medium through which we can connect our classroom. So during the pandemic, we have utilized the Zoom platform. Classing was another platform through which we can, join the classrooms. Then we have GoToMeeting, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, so Schoology, and Big Blue Button, right? So these are the 7 blueprints which I have shown in front of you, through which you can conduct your classes online, even if you are busy on one platform. So, simultaneously, you can utilize the other platforms to connect with the people. So yes, ICT tool has no boundaries. You can have the multiple access at multiple point of time, right? So this is through possible with the use of ICT tools, right? So ICT tool has changed the perception, changed the life of the people drastically. So quiz platform. So yes, even if you are teaching to the classroom and if you want to confirm how much student have paid the attention, how much student has grasped it, if you want to change your teaching learning pattern, so there should be some evaluating pattern that we are already conducting through the offline classes also, by conducting various quiz and examinations of the students. So this is also possible with the use of online teaching learning tools. So yes, Google Form, Think Exam, FlexiQuiz, Tesmos.com, Profos, right? So these are the quiz making platforms where we can evaluate our students by designing such quiz, and we can identify that how much they have understood, they have learned, right? So this is the way out through which we can evaluate our students after making the content and teaching them the content available. Other common tools is the Diksha was the Doordarshan channel that was run by the government during the pandemic, where the primary schools classes was going on, especially for teaching students in terms of the what I can say is maths and English classes. So that was also going to be placed by the government, through the radios. Also audio classes was there, right? So student has n number of tools to occupy themselves into teaching learning process, but this was only possible with the effective utilization of ICT tools, and it has changed the society, it has changed the perception of the people in terms of teaching and learning, and that's how we have to make it effective utilization. Then ICT resources for education. So what sort of resources is required? So yes, various hardware and software things are required whenever you are looking for the setup for the ICT tools. So yes, so screen, projectors, monitors, and various softwares. So just like I have mentioned over here, to make a presentation I need a Prezi software as a part of the presentation, right? So these are the tools that I required. Then AI tools, right? So this is the AI tools that I want to show it to you, right? So where there are various max AI tools and all such aspect, which is available for us whenever we are looking for the presentation part. Okay, so let's suppose if I am typing anything on Google Scholar, right? So Google Scholar is a search engine for finding out the good papers and content, right? So there are various AI tools is available. Let's suppose RBI policy and guidelines. So you can see this RBI policy and guidelines, right? So if I have max AI tools over here, right? So if I have max AI tools over here, so it will gives me the proper understanding about the content which I was looking for, right? So this is the AI tools which I have to utilize, right? So this is Compose AI tools, right? So if I'll open this particular tools, so you can see this, right? So let's suppose if I have this particular tool Grasp AI, right? So even if you are typing anything RBI, right, so it will search everything for me and it will save for me the content, right? Then after you have to see to it, one of the important platform is we being a faculty and students, we have to create our profile for the researcher, that is Vidwan InflipNet ID, right? So Vidwan InflipNet ID we have to create, right? So this is a login as an expert. So even if you have the students, even if your institute is having such kind of RD, and it is called IRINS ID. So this ID you can have the login through either LinkedIn or Google, whatsoever account that you have it, and you can create your portfolio and portal over here. Just a minute. I have might have received the notification. Okay. So I might design a new password for me. So it will be remember. Okay. So you can see this, the Vidwan InflipNet ID over here. So it will create your profile over here, right? So where you can have the personal information regarding your biographical information. So this is Vidwan ID for me. This is 6-digit ID which has been created by Vidwan. So whatsoever at any place, any point of time, if faculty or people wants to visible or verify my ID, so it will be ready. Even you can see this, you have the various information which has been asked over here to design your ID. So personal information, you can see this. You have your personal information. So these are the progress which has been shown over here, how much information I have filled up, and accordingly I have the score of my profile. So it is 7.1 right now. So accordingly, whatever information that you have filled up, your score will be generated on Vidwan Implement ID. So this is my Vidwan ID, 6-digit 204677. So even if people wants to reach it out to me, so this is the ID that people can utilize and can reach it out to me. It is approved by National Mission on Education through ICT. So this is approved by MHRD, Government of India, Education Department. So this is where you can have the access of all such information of the other records only when you have filled up all the details. And even after filling all the information, so Vidwan is making available the ready-made CV that you have created on this. So you don't have to create your personal CV. You don't require any such kind of format. But yes, if you have the Vidwan Inflinet ID, the CV will be ready-made, generated by the Vidwan. So you can have the access of this kind of CVs, and you can share your CVs at anywhere if it is required by the any institute or the people that has been asked. Right. So this is very good facility which has been provided by the Vidwan. So we must utilize such kind of facilities. I don't know why it is loading. Uh, yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I don't know, it is loading, but yes. So whenever you have the Vidwan Inflatenet ID, so you can download your CV from here, and you can have this profile. And if you want to connect with academic, profile or surrounding, so this is the way which you can create your profile in terms of your education, awards, theses, papers. If you have a professional membership, so all sort of details and information you can have it over here, and people will have the access of all such information. And the sky is the limit for all of you, and you can reach it out at any place, anywhere, at any point of time to anyone, right? So this is very good tools that we must utilize with one Inflinet ID for our own portal development, right? So this is what from my side. The stage is open for all of you. If you have any sort of questions, so please ask me right now if you have any questions.